Anderson.
Gwen Hicks.
Phil Barbary.
Colleen McCubbin.
Grant Ford. Bill Wall.
Janice McDougal.
Bob Davis.
Vicki Thunderberg.
Sue Cohen.
Teresa Cobb.
Kenneth Jenkins.
Robin L. Curtis. Marilyn Davison.
Steve Kaufman.
Sandy Andrews.
Donnie Brown.
Georgina Foster. Rita Hendrickson.
Phil Heflin.
Linda Martin.
Matt Moore.
Judy Hill.
Ralph Gum.
Connie Howe.
Gerald Strait.
Ty Cleffman. Linda Carter.
Bob Martin. Jim Perry.
Danny McGrain.
Larry Leisure. Ronnie Tucker.
Belle Foster. Sharon Truitt.
Danny Hanson. Cordell Roost.
Betty Smith.
Martha Tuxhorn.
Gilbert Cotton. Ginger Wacker. Linda Bostic. Linda Rowden.
The class of 65 on parade. This is the Guymon High School senior class of 1965. Hear what Superintendent George Spinner has to say of the class of 65.
The senior class of 1965 has been a very outstanding class, and it will be the largest class to graduate from the Guymon High School. Something like 145 members in this graduating class. And this class has the unique distinction of having put on the first program in the new high school auditorium. The members of this class that were here on December the 22nd, 1953, presented a Christmas program in the new auditorium. A Christmas operetta she didn't believe. It doesn't seem possible that we have been in the new high school this long, but that is true. The class now graduating that put on the first program in the auditorium.
The class of 65 has many other records to its credit also. The class officers for the class of 65 were Bruce Chill, class president, Phil Tuttle, vice president, Charlene Place, class secretary, and Jan Beislein, treasurer. Here is Jan speaking the sentiments for the class officers of the class of 65.
It's been a pleasure serving in class of 1965 as treasurer, and I'd just like to thank the class for electing me to this office.
Not only are the members of the class of 65 proud of each other, but they're also proud of the good old Guymon High School and the many organizations within it, groups like the Guymon Choir.
This is Mrs. Juanita Davis, high school vocal music director in the Guymon Public High School. The choir this year produced the musical Little Abner, involving all of the members of the high school choir. Our leads were Gerald Costner as Little Abner and Christine Sheets as Daisy May. Our profit from the show this year went to buy risers and carpet for the choir room, which makes it very nice indeed. Our leading seniors in our choir, rating superior in district and state: Christine Sheets, contralto solo; Cheryl Stevens, mezzo solo; Kendall White, mezzo solo. These people were also in mixed ensemble and the girls sextet and the girls trio, winning superior at the state contest. These seniors that we have in choir this year are quite close to me. I've taught them for 4 years. This is how long I've been in the Guymon public school system.
Christine Sheep, Karen Ruth, Tamara Hooper, Donna Roseberry, Norma Gately, Sandra K. Hollis,
Gerald Costner. Dennis Denny. Paul Tyson.
Karen Lacey, Winnell Sheep,
Nicholas Raymond Luke Barley. Vic Stewart. Wayne Up.
The Guymon Tigers fought back. They began their sports season early in the fall, of course, with football. Their season record was 4 wins and 6 losses, and with more on the season, here is Coach Tuttle.
Well, I like to say that there's no question we had a long season. The boys worked real hard. They played hard. And I would like to say for the character of our boys, the conduct, the sportsmanship, and their appearance, we're real proud of them and the way they represented Guymon High School.
The senior footballers were
Bruce Chill, Chesley Bryan, Frank Hensley, Danny Roundtree, Don Craig, Phil Tuttle, Terry Winters, Gerald Costner, Jerry Hill, Jerry Wadley, Waldo Schroeder, Paul Tyson, Kenny Longbrake, Terry Lane, Billy Castleman, John Thompson, Gary Gloden. That concludes the boys on the senior high team. We have our awards to make. These were rather difficult sometimes, or have been, to pick the men that we picked for these awards. Our next award goes to a young man that played offense, defense, played end, tackle, and guard, and occasionally played center and punt formation. Selected one of our honorary captains, selected on the all-district team, also the all-state team. Our outstanding lineman, Phil Tuttle. This time I would also like to recognize our other all-district men, Jerry Hill, Ian. Also, Jerry was elected one of our honorary captains, Jerry Hill. Our other all-district man was Danny Roundtree, halfback. Danny? Our other honorary captain, Terry Lane, 3-year letterman. Terry? Well, that takes care of for football. While I'm here, I'll go along with our golf, since we only have 4 or 5 boys here. For our golf, I would say that we had a real fine year. We lost 1 dual meet out of 5 to Alva, which was very close, 8-5. We finished 5th in the Liberal Invitation Tournament out of 18 teams. We finished 8th at the Amarillo Relays in 22 teams. We won the Garden City Invitational Tournament by 10 strokes. We also had Roger McKinnon, our medalist, for that tournament.
and we finished 22nd in the field of 35 teams at the state week before last. This time I'd like to introduce our golfers. First, Pascal Lindley, a senior, 4-year letterman. Dennis Denny, a senior, 1-year letterman. Roger McKinnon, junior, 3-year letterman. Richard M. Bowden, freshman, 1-year letterman. Steve Weathers, our fifth member of our team, is not with us tonight, but I felt that we had a real good season. In closing, I would like to thank all the people who helped us to have a real fine season. Above all, I would like to thank you parents for this fine group of boys. Thank you.
Almost before football season was over came basketball, and here about basketball, Coach Dwayne Hunt.
We finished the season this year with a 10-win, 12-loss record. We wound up 20th in the final Class A ratings in the state in Class A. Clinton took us to a cleaning in the regional. You all know Clinton went ahead and won the state playoffs. We had a funny year injury-wise. We used 8 different boys in the starting roles this past season because of either injury or sickness. About the middle of the season, we kind of fell together. We won 7 of our last 8 games preceding the losing effort to Elk City, and then, of course, we lost the regional game to Clinton. I want to thank you people for the support that you've given us. I want to thank Mr. Kurt West for the job that he did with the B team this year. We had a 7-1, 9-loss record B team. I want to thank Mr. Jim Cross for the assistance that we had in the bus driving, as it was mentioned earlier. You know, that's a pretty big job as far as we have to travel, 170 miles. We have 3 trips, 170 miles. Some a little less than that, 120, 150. On our way back from Alva this past year, we were riding along there about 2 o'clock, and we were cutting along a pretty good clip. One of the players reached up there and tapped me on the shoulder, and he says, Coach, don't you think Mr. Cross is traveling just a little bit too fast? I said, well, the good Lord's with us. He'll take care of us. He said, well, I sure hope he got on at Alva, because he sure didn't have any time since then. I want to introduce to you our boys. On our A team this year, we have Danny Hoover. We have Paul Tyson, a 5'10 senior. We have Jerry Hill. We have Gerald Strait, 6'2 senior. Chesley Bryan, a 5'10 senior starter. He averaged 4.6 points per ball game, and this is our A ball club for this year. We have some awards to present. We're trying to put a little more emphasis on defense. Therefore, we're making a defensive award. No, this is the defensive award is the guy that nobody wants to be covered by in practice. And there's only one player that we can give that to, and that's Chesley Bryan, 2-year letterman. Scored 101 points and averaged 4.6 for us this year. Chesley? Our most valuable player this year is a senior. He led the team in most field goals with 88, most free throws with 100. Total points, 276, average per game 12.5. Defensive rebounds, 109. Was second in field goal percentage with 46%. Second in free throw percentage with 67%. Second in offensive rebounds with 46, and total rebounds with 155. He had a season high of 22 points and 12 rebounds, Mr. Jerry Hill. Jerry? And this concludes the basketball portion tonight.
Next comes track, and here is track coach Joe Kiger.
I do want to introduce these kids. The first one is Bruce Chill. The second member is Don Craig, Chesley Bryan, Terry Lane, Kenny Longbreak, Jerry Wadley, Dan Roundtree. And this year our outstanding track man is Bruce Chill.
And then for the first time in several years, the Tigers fielded a baseball team. Their record was outstanding. Here with the baseball record, Coach Dwayne Hunt.
We have a 9-1, 4-lost record. We won the Buffalo Invitational Tournament. We beat Winoka 2-1 in the finals in an extra inning ball game. I doubt if any team ever won a tournament on fewer hits than we got in the whole tournament, but anyway, we come home with the trophy. Our seniors, we have 3 seniors on the squad this year. We have Waldo Schroeder, senior catcher. You know, Waldo, he likes to grumble a lot. He's had a little trouble the first year hitting the ball, but he's doing a little better now. Last Friday, he hit a home run and 2 doubles, and then the 4th time up, he hit a line drive to the third baseman, and he come grumbling back to the bench about being in a slump. So it's hard to figure Waldo. Phil Tuttle is our right fielder. He's our leading hitter this year with a .405 average. He's leading in hits with 15, and RBIs he's tied with 12. He's leading in triples. He's tied in home runs with 2, and he's had fewer strikeouts than any other on the squad. Danny Hoover, pitcher, shortstop. He's been our leading pitcher this year. He carried us through the Buffalo tournament. He won 2 games for us there outright. He went all the way. He come in the finals in relief and got credit for the victory there. He's pitched a total of 56 innings, struck out 59, and walked only 19. Danny's also a fine hitter. He's hitting .333 for the season. He's led the team in runs scored with 16 and doubles with 4. He's had 2 home runs, and he's second in RBIs.
Here with a special award presented at the annual All Sports Banquet, Mr. Herman Glisson.
Well, it is an honor and a privilege for me this evening to be able to present the award for the Outstanding Athlete for the year. This young fella is to receive this award this evening is lettered in 3 sports: football, basketball, and track. In football, he played both offense and defense, and his specialty was kickoff and punt returns. In one game, he returned 4 kickoffs for 140 yards, an average of 35 yards per carry. He lettered 2 years in football and played 32 quarters out of a possible 40, and he might have played all 40 had it not been for a slight injury. In track, he ran the 440 relay, the medley relay, and the high jump. He scored a total of 27 individual points in 6 meets. He is qualified for a state track in the 440 relay to be held in Duncan this weekend. He has lettered 2 years in basketball. He played in every quarter for a total of 88. He won the defensive award. He scored a total of 101 points for a 4.6 average. Chesley Bryan.
Not all was happiness for the class of 65. In January of 65, the class was deeply saddened with the sudden death of high school principal Coy Gibson. Mr. Gibson was loved by all the school students and teachers alike.
At this time, we will ask Mr. Roach to come and present the first annual Coy Gibson Memorial Award.
Well, this is an honor for me to be able to present the first in an annual award that will be given here at Guymon High School for the best scholar in the senior class that is also a letterman varsity athlete. This award is being given in memory of Mr. Corey Gibson, our friend, former coach here at Guymon High School, principal. And I think that it so symbolizes what he stood for. He believed that the greatest thing that a school could do for a boy or girl was to give them a fine academic education. But he would also tell you that about the finest thing you can do for a boy is give him the advantage of participating in athletics. The scholar athlete that is to receive the award this year with a 3.29 grade point average is Billy Kesselman. Billy?
The class of 65 on parade.
All in all, this class has been outstanding in its very achievements. The valedictorian this year having a grade point of 4.0. And we had others that were very close. And the entire class has been very outstanding in its achievements and in the different things in which they participated and represented our school.
Valedictorian for the class of 65 was Phyllis Weeks, who had a straight A average of 4.0 for her 4 years from the 9th through the 12th grade. Salutatorian was Joy Starks. Joy had a grade point average of 3.94 for those same 4 years.
It's quite an honor and a pleasure to be salutatorian of the class of 1965.
Baccalaureate sermon was given by Reverend Grady Adcock at the First Assembly of God Church of Guymon. Commencement speaker was Dr. John F. Olson, president of the Oklahoma City University. Diplomas were given by Superintendent of Schools George Spinner. Another pride of Guymon High was the orchestra for 1965 under the direction of Mrs. Keith Henderson.
I have charge of the orchestra department in the Guymon schools. We surely hate to see this senior class go. I have had several of them a number of years. In my string group, I have 2 cello players, Mary Bell Foster and Linda Martin, that I hate to lose. I have Arthur Tuxhorn and Kendall White in string bass. I have Eugene Pellet in violin. All of them have been valuable members for a number of years. They've won numerous awards throughout their school careers. This year, we took Superior District and we took sweepstakes at the state contest for Class B orchestras. In fact, we are one of the few schools in the state of Oklahoma, a school of our size, to have an orchestra, and we're very proud of that fact. We think we've done a very fine job. We have 8 members of the orchestra from the that are also band members that have been with us a number of years. Marshall Miller, Jan Beislein, John Halliburton, Janie M. Bowden, Kathy King, Maureen Mott, Janice Alberti, and Ruth Bounds. We, with all of these members, they have contributed a great deal to the orchestra for several years of their school life. We certainly wish the very best for all of them, and we hope that some of the things they've learned in orchestra will carry through life. At least it will teach them appreciation of music.
Rick Stewart, Wayne Applegate, Dwayne Shaw,
Jan Beislein, Melinda Powell, Ruth Bounds,
Gene DuBois.
Hi, this is Gilbert Smith, teacher of biological sciences in the Guymon High School. I'd like to congratulate the 1965 seniors on their ability to graduate. Would also like to compliment the class on the very good behavior that has been shown overall during the last 3 years. Particularly, I would like to congratulate Karen Leasy and John Halliburton for their outstanding success in the physiology class this year.
This is Eldon Dennis in the Chemistry and Physics Department at Guymon High School, and I'd like to congratulate the class of 1965 on their conduct this year and their willingness to cooperate. I think it's an exceptional class. Would also like to congratulate Kendall White on his success at the Panhandle District Science Fair this year. He has received a week's cruise on a United States Navy ship this year. I think he'll enjoy this, and I enjoyed having him in my class.
This is R.P. Duke, Diversified Occupations Coordinator in Guymon High School, and also a sponsor of the senior class. I'd like to compliment this graduating senior class of 1965 as being outstanding in their general attitude during the entire year. This has really been a nice bunch, and I know as being a senior sponsor, I've enjoyed working with them, probably as much as any senior class we've ever had. And I would also like to compliment 2 of my students for doing outstanding work during the year, and that is Susan Metz, who's employed at the McMurray Clinic, and Sherman Lance, who's employed at the Wadley Sinclair Oil Company.
The class of 65 may well go down in history as the class of the Queens. Cheryl Stevens was selected as Miss Teenage Oklahoma and was one of the semifinalists for Miss Teenage America. Christine Sheets reigns in 65 as Miss Guymon and Miss Flipper.
And we're speaking now with Miss Guymon for 1965, Miss Christine Sheets. How's it feel to be Miss Guymon, Christine?
Oh, it's wonderful, and it certainly has been a wonderful year.
And you have gained another title throughout the year, that of Miss Flipper 1965 from the Liberal Pancake Day. How does it feel to have an honor such as this bestowed upon you?
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Certainly proud of you, a member of the 1965 graduating class with 2 titles, one in Guymon and the other one in Liberal, Kansas, Miss Guymon and Miss Flipper of 1965.
Donna Roseberry was voted Miss Congeniality in the Miss Guymon contest, and Norma Gately was one of the runners-up in the Miss Flipper contest in Liberal and Miss Guymon.
And Tamara Hooper elected El Tigre Queen.
I believe this is one of the greatest honors the school can confer upon you because all 3 classes vote on it. And I would like to thank everyone for this because it really does mean a lot to me. And I know when I grow older that I can look back in the annual and see how proud and remember how proud I was to hold this office.
Tamara Hooper, along with Karen Root, were also the cheerleaders for the senior class. Favorite boys selected by the senior class of 65 were Bruce Chill, Phil Tuttle, Gerald Costner, and Nick Byerly. Here's Nick.
Gee, it sure has been a lot of fun going to school with all my friends in the senior class, and I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for electing me as a class favorite. And I also want to thank the teachers for electing me as the Boy of the Month for May. And I'm going to miss you all. Thank you.
Favorite girls selected by their class members were Cheryl Stevens, Kathy Pape.
Gosh, I'd like to say is just thank you for making me your class favorite. I'll never forget you. It's been a lot of fun.
Tamara Hooper.
I'd like to wish everyone in the whole class the best of luck always because you're the greatest kids, and I know that being in class favorite has been a great honor, and it's something that means a lot because the students elect you, your friends, and so I hope each and every one of you had the most successful life ever.
And Donna Roseberry.
Gosh, I've only been here a year and a half, but it's been the best years of my whole life. And I just want to thank everybody for making me their class favorite. And I want to wish them all the best of luck.
And Melinda Powell was a 4-H Club winner for 1965. Would you like to give us a few comments on your prize, Melinda?
Thank you. I was a candidate for the trip to National 4-H Club Conference for a week, where I was one of the 4 delegates, and we represented Oklahoma, where we spent much time in assemblies and visiting the national shrines around Washington, D.C., and it certainly was a big highlight of my life.
The Guymon High School Band, under the direction of Harry Ward, has had many honors. One of the greatest was the invitation to go to New York to the World's Fair and play at the Oklahoma State exhibit.
This is Harry Ward from the band department. As you know, this is the year of the World's Fair, and we have a lot of seniors that we're very proud of. We have several that have individual honors, and I'd just like to list a few of these. We have Maureen Mott, was our first chair flutist. She also made a superior rating in solo and trio. Kathy King, another flutist, outstanding twirler this year, received a superior rating in both twirling flute, solo, and flute trio. Marshall Miller, our first chair cornetist for the past several years, was also a member of the Cornet Quartet, which received a superior rating at the state contest. Jan Beislein is our president this year, also a member of the Cornet Quartet. Phyllis Weeks, outstanding senior and on saxophone, played in the saxophone quartet. Janice Alberti, member of the woodwind quintet. Ruth Bounds, another member of the saxophone quartet. Janie Imboden was our band librarian this year. And I understand there's a couple students in band that have been accepted for the OU band, Jan Beislein and John Halliburton. Kathy King also has been accepted for the OSU band if she attends there. All of our seniors were fine students, and I think that if they do attend colleges and in the future they will be an asset to whatever band they attend. These students this year were among the full group that placed outstanding band at Goodwell. Also, at the state contest, made a superior rating. Thank you.
My name is Dean Keir. I've taught in the Guymon school system for 9 years. My department is the vocational carpentry department and the mechanical drawing department. As far as this year's senior class is concerned, as a whole, I think it is one of the best mannered groups that we've had in several years. In my particular department, some of the outstanding students, I would say Wayne Applegate is a 3-year carpentry student and has done a good job all 3 years. In our drafting department, Phil Tuttle won a first place at the mechanical drawing contest at Goodwell. There are some other students that have done real fine work at Goodwell. And in this department, Kenny Longbreak placed in that contest at Goodwell in drafting. Some other seniors that have done a good job in the drawing department are Kenny White, Danny Roundtree, Terry Lane, and another student that I'm quite proud of as far as her drawing ability as a senior is Rose Gocher. I don't have very many girls in drawing, but Rose is one of the better ones that I've had in the past 9 years.
This is Harold Yoakum. I am the vocational agriculture instructor in the Guymon schools, and in addition, serve as a sponsor of the senior class. I think that this year's seniors is definitely one of the outstanding classes which I have seen come through GHS. In my vocational agriculture class, I have the privilege of having 6 of these boys. They are Harvey Steinkeeler, who has developed an outstanding dairy herd and also showed the grand champion bear at Denver to National Western Stock Show. We have Grant Forth and Dwayne Shaw, who have both done excellent jobs on the dairy judging team. Jerry Wadley, who has won the Farm Shop Award. Gene Du Bois, who has been a member of the dairy products team. And William Roost, who has done some good work in Farm Shop. I think that this class has been one of the exceptional classes in the fact that they have all been at the right place at the right time and are always willing to do the thing that needs to be done.
I'm Margaret Wright. I am the instructor in driver and safety education in the Guymon High School. I would like to give my congratulations to the class of 65 and in the same token give special recognition to 2 members of this senior graduating class. They are Jan Beislein and Cheryl Stevens. Both these young ladies took their course in driver education when they were sophomores. They are now graduating seniors, and I feel that they deserve honor and recognition for their contribution in the field of driver and traffic safety education. Cheryl has made many contributions through her activities in the 4-H club, as well as her participation in the Miss Teenage America contest. Jan Beislein has been a competitor in the JC National Driving Rodeo for the past 3 years, competing her sophomore, junior, and senior year. Congratulations again to the class of 65.
Mrs. Charlene White, the homemaking teacher of Guymon High School. I find that the thing that I thought about most was that they were an outstanding group of students with whom I have worked. I have Rose Gocher, Melinda Powell, Winnell Sheets, Kathy Pape, Melly Huckabee, Mary Alice Quisenberry, Norma Gately, Barbara Hager, Cheryl and Darlene Lohman, and Sandra Hollis.
I am Mrs. Brian Lee. I sponsor National Honor Society. 15% of the senior class are allowed to be members of this society. I also sponsor Mu Alpha Theta International Mathematics Club. 7 of the seniors are members of this club.
I'm Mary Hayes Martin, a sponsor of the class of 1965. This has been one of the most delightful classes I've ever sponsored. A mature group, a group that knows why they're in high school, a pleasure to teach.
Carol Cadell.
Gary Doak.
Phyllis Avery.
Harvey Steinkeeler.
Norma Barnett. Joanne Ramstead. Randy Klassman. Joy Starks.
Gary Gloden.
Cheryl Lohman.
Darlene Lohman.
Karen Bragg.
This has been the class of 65 on parade. Completing the roster of the class of 65, we have Bobby Lynn Brown, Linda Sue Claycomb, Ramona M. Conrad, Mary M. Dawson, Ray Jean Dixon, Betty Ann Harris, Vay Ann Heflin, Mary Beth Mans, Prudence Ann Norton, Marilyn Oxley, Fern Pafford, Catherine Quisenberry, Cheryl L. Rhodes, Linda M. Rhodes, Gail L. Scott, Nancy Lee Stimson, Bonnie Stongel, and Doris Elaine Williams. Also John Bruce Campbell, Gary D. Gay, Larry Wayne Heimseth, Leon King, Joey Mandueno, John Martin O'Leary, Cobert Patton, Darrell D. Quisenberry, James R. Quisenberry, Lenny Vern Smith, William D. Walker, Gregory W. Willis, Wayne Albert Williams. One other highlight of the year for 1965, Vic Stewart's suggestion of Pride of the Prairie was selected by the Pioneer Day Parade Committee as the theme for the 1965 Pioneer Day Celebration Parade. Class flower was chosen as the 1965 class as the White Rose. Class colors, royal blue and white. And the motto, a quote from J.P. Morgan, "To achieve success not by heritage but by individual effort is the greatest joy of life." Popular dances at the time of graduation: the Freddy, the Frug, the Hully Gully, the Swim, the Jerk, Watusi, Dog, Chicken, Pony, and of course the Twist. Favorite song, 1965 class at graduation time, by Herman and the Hermits.
Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Girls as sharp as her are something rare. But it's sad, she doesn't love me now. She's made it clear enough, it ain't no good to pine.
In parting, Principal Jim Roach had for the 1965 class this message.
It has been a pleasure to work with the graduating class of 1964-65, both as a school counselor and as principal. This has been a very fine bunch of students, and I know that they're going to make a fine contribution to society following their graduation.
The class of 65 leaves the halls of Guymon High to go on to bigger challenges. Their record has become a part of school history. May their future be bright, their accomplishments greater. The halls are empty.
Yeah, congratulate them, and we look forward to hearing many good things from them in the future as they go on to college and whatever work they pursue from now on. So it's congratulations to the graduating class of 1965 from the Guymon High School, and thank you.
This has been the class of 65 on review. This has been a KGYN production. Ernie Lee narrator.